Three, two, one.
New logo, new colors, same guys, same mission. We are a quarter of the way through the NFL season, and you are watching. Why did I lag there? You're watching the KellyCast. I'm Dan. That's Mike. And we are so happy to have you here. How about we start this episode with my favorite segment? What NFL jersey is Mike wearing today?
Ba-ba-da-ba. In honor of rivalry 2 weeks, since this is the second week, I think we saw the first half of them this past week, and this is the second half of them. I'm wearing what the Bills will be wearing, and that's Mr. James Cook. Decided to finally get myself a Cook jersey since we signed him to a massive deal, and he's proven every worth of that so far. I also added the helmet behind me because, of course, I can't get my hands on a gamer yet. So
I applied they had the sweepstakes up for like a Josh Allen helmet of that, and I made sure I don't sign up for a lot of those things, but I signed up for that one today.
I signed myself up under every email and my wife up as well. So I told her,
If she wins, she's taking it. She's taking it. In the
she'll
words of our
sell it.
champion, Mike, Queen of the Beehive, Melissa is not only tied for first once again here in week 4, our first person to go as champion in multiple weeks this season, but she's also first overall on the year. What is going on, man?
She's becoming a little guru in her own right, at least in a you pick 'em kind of thing like what we're doing here. So I mean, I'm proud of my girl, and you know, you for helping me get her into it, I guess. She's a beast.
It's so much fun, man. And we've been pumping out the content every week. We're here. We may miss a day or two, but we haven't missed a game. We won't miss a game. We got the new logo, the new colors. I love everything that's going on here with the Kelly Cat. Sean McDermott and every coach in the NFL will say that it's hard to win in this league. And while I think that is true, I think the fact that the Bills struggle with teams that are taken care of easily by more inferior opponents kind of bothers me a little bit.
It bothers me a lot, actually, and I was actually going to bring up the same point basically in a different manner, but this defense is worrisome, and I'm really excited to see. I think come week 6, is it week 6 that Hoyt and Ogunjobi are back? They
I think it's after week 6, 6 games. So that
Okay,
would be
six
week
games.
7.
So week 7, I think that we're going to improve when those two return. When we get our Ed Oliver back, when we're not missing key guys on defense. But it's still worrisome. Even the offense has started out a lot slower, and in recent years they've done that. That's been the trend where they've started their games a little bit on the slow side. But it's it doesn't make me feel comfortable sitting at home watching them.
I think we got to look at it on the other foot, though. At the end of the day, they still won by 2 possessions. They still handedly beat the Saints in terms of that second half of football. They weren't. There was never a point where I was watching the game where I was like, "We're gonna lose this game." That never crossed my mind during this contest. And I gotta say, man, props to Cole Bishop on that interception. What a play! I was watching it alone because I don't have anybody in freaking Oregon with me. I'm on my couch, dog, and I'm making graphics for the channel and I'm doing all these things. And I see that I stood up. I went, "Oh my god, what a play! Crazy, man."
Yeah, it was a great play, and this was after you've been bashing him for quite some time. Like he's not
He's
good enough for
deserved it.
back there, and I can't say I disagreed with you, but that was a fantastic play. I mean, maybe that's gonna help him earn his keep here and gain his confidence, and good for him, man.
Denver Broncos, Philadelphia Eagles, two teams with playoff hopes meet here in week 5. What are you thinking going into this matchup, Mike?
I'm thinking it's going to be a great matchup. It might even be one of the matchups of the week. I mean, both teams have played pretty damn well over the first 4 seasons. I think Denver got a little unlucky in their losses here. I mean, they've been putting up some very good numbers here. Bo Nix, I want to challenge you a little bit on what you said earlier about the Eagles as well, deserving to be 4-0. But uh, I only say that because their numbers don't look like they usually look like. And you're a stats guy, Dan. You're a stats guy.
Michael. There's a reason you're not a stats guy, and the
There
reason
is.
is you're gonna go into these numbers on Jalen
Yeah.
Hurts and Bo Nix.
Uh-huh.
Bo Nix has better numbers. It's
He
because
sure
Jalen
does.
Hurts doesn't need to do it. They have Saquon Barkley, they have AJ Brown, they have Devontae Smith. Jalen Hurts has only been asked to play at an elite level against the Rams. That's the only time he needed
Mhm.
to put on the cape that you like to say for Josh Allen. And that's the reason. Though Bo Nix might have better numbers, he is not playing better than Jalen Hurts this year because Jalen Hurts is doing what his team needs to do to win. Hurts is not some MVP caliber quarterback. He's just not. He might be top 10 or top 5, depending on who you're talking to, but I don't think he is a game changer the way that Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson are. That's my opinion. Obviously, you can have a
This
different
this
one.
year's this year it might be the case. Last year he was a bit of a game changer when they won the Super Bowl. He was absolutely a game changer last year.
But
This year
I still wouldn't
he's
put
gone
him
a
on
bit
that
down.
superstar level to me. He's just not there for me. I don't know. That
I,
could be different again, you can have a different opinion, that's fine. But I think if you're going into the numbers here and you're saying, hey, Denver's playing better, yet they're 2-2, that's because they haven't been really cohesive throughout the first month from what I've seen. It just
absolutely.
hasn't been consistent on both
Bo
sides.
Nix is a young quarterback, his second year. We all expect some numbers to dip in a quarterback's second year, but he's got almost 900 yards already through the first 4 games. That's pretty damn good.
That's
I
because
mean,
they're having to throw more because they're down in these games, and
he
you get those
J.K.
garbage time
J.K.
stats.
Dobbins also has more rushing yards than Saquon Barkley as well, if you haven't looked at that.
You're not a numbers guy, Mike, and it's
By
because they're
almost 100 yards, might I add. Almost 100 yards.
that's
So
fine.
to me,
That's
they're
fine.
showing
They're
me
two and
that they
two.
can do it. A few unlucky things happened. I don't remember all of the games, but it happens to the best of us. The Bills could very well be 2-2.
And
But
another unlucky thing is going to happen to the Denver Broncos this week, Mike. They're going to match up with the Philadelphia Eagles, and they're going to lose. Give me Philadelphia.
I I don't know, man. It's a tough game. I think Philadelphia loses their first game. I'm going to take the underdog here. I'm going to take the Broncos. I think Bo Nix can get it done. This is his time to prove it, but I think he can do it, man. I got a little bit of confidence in the kid, so
One of two things is going to happen next week. Mike is either going to say, now I know why I'm not a stats guy, or he's going to say, in your face, Dan.
let's hope it's the second one.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Seattle Seahawks. This one in Seattle. very interesting. Two teams that have performed pretty well this year. If you look into the numbers, Baker's obviously led 3 game winning drives, was not able to do it this past week against the Eagles. As we mentioned, Seattle got by Arizona last week on Thursday Night Football. Darnold's looked good. A lot of play action going on in that Seattle offense, but I don't know why I'm feeling this, Mike, but there's some kind of magic going on in that Tampa Bay team that I'm feeling differently about them this year than I have in years past.
I'm glad you're finally joining the team, buddy. I mean,
No, no,
welcome,
no,
welcome aboard.
no, no, no. I'm
Welcome
not.
aboard the Baker train, baby.
I'm not joining
Woo!
any of those teams. I'm just saying it feels a little different this year, and I don't know what it is.
I mean, at this point, I might as well be a Bucks fan as far as I toot Baker's horn over here. But you know, I just love the guy. I'll say it over and over and over again. Sam Darnold, yeah, is this is his resurgence year. But I was it last week? Did they lose last week? Yeah,
Seattle,
no, they won. They won against
Seattle
the
won,
Cardinals the
and
week
I
before.
want to bring up a
Or
funny thing that you probably didn't get a chance to see. Um, Darnold came out for the post game interview with the Sunday Night Football crew, or with the Thursday Night Football crew, sorry, and he tried to get Ryan Fitzpatrick to take his shirt off the same way that Josh Allen got Ryan Fitzpatrick to take his shirt off, but Fitz wasn't having it.
he said only Josh Allen could get me out of my shirt, son,
He said
and
only in Buffalo. But I think Baker is a competitor. Darnold's a competitor. These are two really good teams, and Mike McDonald is really turning things around in Seattle. Their defense is so good. I could not believe because when we sit here, right, Mike, and we talk about top defenses in the league, we're probably going to talk Baltimore. We're probably going to talk Philly. I'm not talking Seattle because like there's just not many big names that I can think of. But as a unit, they are playing some really sound football and they're hosting in this one. I just think Tampa Bay, they played so well and showed their resiliency against the Eagles that even though they're the away team here, I'm going to take the
I,
Bucks. I have some catching up to do on the leaderboard. Let's toss that up right now. Here is the leaderboard for the entire season. Melissa on the top, Mike and Brandon in second, and so on and so forth. Don't worry about that name at the bottom. He hasn't even been picking his own teams.
I can
No,
tell you
I'm not.
one
No,
big.
I'm lying. He has been. I don't want that meme to go around.
I can name one big name on Seattle, and that's D-Law, who's still got a little juice left in him.
He got hurt.
Seattle defense, yeah, yeah. Shh. I'm still a D-Law fan, even though he's moved on. But yeah, defense I think is pretty good, man. They've been playing well, but I definitely got to go the Bucks. I just
I want to take Seattle, but I just have some catching up to do on the rankings. So that's why I'm going Tampa Bay. Our final game that we're talking about this week here at the KellyCast, Patriots and Bills. If you want us to talk about your favorite team, please leave a comment down below or message us over on Facebook. You can find us on TikTok, all at the KellyCast. If you'd like for us to discuss your team once again, please leave a comment or reach out to us on social media. It's the rivalry week, Mike. It's the uniforms. I saw the Bills posting they want everybody to wear white. It's going to be a whiteout similar to what Penn State did against Oregon on Saturday, which went into double overtime with the Ducks winning. Not a big college football fan, Mike, you know that. But ever since I moved to Oregon, it showed because of the algorithm, right? It shows up all over my social media now. So I did see what was going on with Penn State and Oregon. But we're talking the 4-0 undefeated Bills welcoming in Drake May and the New England Patriots, who just put up 40 points last week. What did you think of the Patriots' performance against whoever the hell they played last week?
I don't know who did they play. They
Carolina.
played the Panthers, so I mean,
The Panthers
The
who put
Panthers
up
team
who
is
put up 30 points the week before in the first shutout of the season.
it was clearly a fluke against everybody who was obviously had food poisoning or something on the Falcons because but yeah, it's definitely a confidence booster for him and the team. They showed a little bit of moxie last week, so you can't forget that this is a division rival, and they're always tough games, no matter where the other team is in the standings. It's always going to be a fight to the end. Um, I
You
don't
know,
think that's going to happen with this game, though. I think it could get out of control. Josh Allen might finally light up the the world this week.
Mike, I saw a quote from Brees Hall, the New York Jets running back, after last night's game. And I don't know if this was real or not. So I don't want to say it was real, but I saw a quote on social media and it said, "You hear of teams shooting themselves in the foot. Tonight, we shot ourselves in the head." And again, I don't know if it's true, but I like the quote. And the reason that I'm mentioning it right now is for the Bills because they are in a position that they've rarely been in before. And what I mean by that is they have the lead over Kansas City by multiple games. They're going to play them eventually, right? But they're in
Yep.
the lead right now. And this is the easiest part of the Bills' schedule. I don't care that it's a divisional game. We need to keep winning if we want to lock up the number one seed. And if you look on paper, a Bills team that, you know, could be getting Maxwell Hairston back, a Bills team that could be getting
So
Spencer Brown back. I mean, even when we are not at full strength, like we weren't against the Saints, we still won by 10 plus points. And for us
yep.
to sit here and criticize the Bills for winning by 10, I think it's okay to criticize, and fairly judge them. But for the people who, claim the bridge is falling down all because the Bills couldn't beat the Saints by 40, who cares? A win is a win is a win is a win. And the Bills are going to win on Sunday Night Football. I think everybody's going to be taking the Bills. Let's hope that the sweeps in the KellyCast do better here in week 5 than they did in week 4.
I do got a question for you. With the way the Bills have gone this year, does it give you a little bit of a remnant of the Chiefs last year, where I mean, clearly there's a couple games in here where we ran away with it, but where they're just finding a way to win those close games when they're having a bad day.
I wouldn't consider it the Chiefs of last year. I would go years prior of the Chiefs because the Bills are winning in the weirdest ways with these roughing the punter calls, which, by the way, Buffalo just signed a new punter today, Mitch Wishnowski. Um, Hopefully he doesn't get roughed. But I do see parallels between those two teams. And that's a good parallel to have. Who cares if we're winning games? Yes, it would be better to win more handily. Yes, it would be better, if we cleaned up the penalties some. But at the end of the day, they're still winning games. That there's
Penalties though are way up for every team in the league though. I saw that stat earlier. I think it was something on CBS and he actually had a really crazy take on, well, I wouldn't say so crazy, but he said, if you notice, penalties are way up, and he used the words, I'm going to quote, disgusting, that they're way up, and that he's pointed to the problem being preseason, the lack of preseason games these guys are playing, the lack of reps that they're able to get. Um, that one I might have been confusing with a John Gruden quote actually, who was saying these guys got to get out there, they got to practice. They're missing all kinds of things like that. But I'm getting off topic. But I thought that was an interesting take as well.
to me, that's no excuse. Just because just because the coolest kid in school is smoking cigarettes doesn't mean you have to smoke cigarettes. So just because the other teams in the league struggle with penalties does not mean that we have to struggle with penalties. We're better. We're different. We're the Bills, right? So I think that, and that's why I love, when Josh and Sean go to the post-game scrum and say, hey, there's things we need to work on, because there definitely is things they need to work on. Mike, who you taking?
Buffalo all day. I mean, you might as well mark me down as Buffalo for the rest of the year. I mean,
that's not how the predictions work. You already know that. I get paid the big bucks here, but I have to ask every week. That's the way it goes. If you guys have made it this far, please leave a like, share, and subscribe on the YouTube channel. If you want more KellyCast, you can find us over on Facebook. That's where you're going to find the latest up-to-date information with the KellyCast picks, with the memes, with Mike's jersey collection. Who do we have behind you today? Do you know?
Nope, can't remember their names. I'd have to look on my spreadsheet. But
is that Mort? That's not Morse, right? 60.
No, it's not Morse. It's Redmond, Adam Redmond. I can't remember who's on the.
Okay.
I think Deirdrick something.
I put him on the spot, guys. I put him on. You could also find us over on TikTok at the KellyCast, our new KellyCast clips, if you like the shorter form content, over on Facebook. But thank you so much for watching this video, and we'll be seeing you in the next one. Do you want more KellyCast on your screen? You can find us on Facebook and on TikTok at the KellyCast. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe.